Hi everyone, Siavash here, high-level certified admin, and in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can set up your email services in high level so you can start sending email from your high-level platform. If you haven't watched the previous video that we talked about domain and how to connect your domain, where to purchase your domain, and those kind of things, make sure that you go ahead and watch that because we are going to use some of the things that we learned in the previous video and use it for connecting our email services. All right, so let me just go back. And when you land on your high level, if you, I want you to go to your settings down at the bottom left. And when you click on that, you will see the options. In here on the left sidebar, there should be a section called email services. So you click on that. Now, if this is the first time that you are opening this tab and you don't have any domain, you just need to go ahead and click on create a dedicated domain. Now, as you can see, right in the background, it kind of says that there is a lead connector email system and it has this domain connected. So this one is a generic domain that it is set on the agency level. So every sub account that you create by default, they get this dummy, not dummy, but they get this agency level uh, subdomain. So just a heads up, this is again a little bit more advanced, but if you're planning to run a SaaS agency and you don't want any of your domain to get burnt on your agency level, you want to set up, purchase a dummy domain, set that up so every new sub account that you sign up, if someone starts spamming or just using the default domain that you provided, you don't care if that domain gets burned. So just a little bit of note. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. That's for a little bit more advanced scenario that we talk in our advanced courses inside our community. All right, so let's go ahead and actually create a dedicated domain. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this. And here it shows up and it says, hey, enter your new domain. Again, as of now, if you purchase your domain from GoDaddy or you have it on Cloudflare, it makes life much easier. So I'm just going to use one of my iCloud domains and show you how you can actually add that to your email services, which allows you to send emails via your high-level account. All right, let's go ahead and let me go to my, actually, I'm going to use this one. So I'm just going to copy this. And usually what I prefer to do is this, instead of using my domain, I just create a subdomain out of it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to paste this. And I'm just going to go all the way at the top and I'm just going to put something in here like mg dot. So this is just going to make a subdomain out of your domain. It just, for me, it's kind of like a nicer way of sending emails so it doesn't go from your subdomain. Some people says, hey, it is better to have different subdomains. It's not gonna ruin your domain reputation. But to be honest, it's all about the IP address and it's pretty much going to be the same thing. So if you're thinking about like email marketing, cold outreach, and those kind of stuff, I would not suggest for high volume using high level platform for that. There are other platforms that you can use, but if you're sending anywhere between like 2, 3, 4, 500 emails per day or below that, you should be good if you know how to set it up. I'm not going to go through all those things because that is like another advanced course for cold outreach. But for now, let's just go ahead and see what happens. So I'm just going to add this domain. So I put that name in. I add the mg and then .mydomain.com. This is, I'm creating a subdomain and I'm just going to go ahead and click on add and verify. So it's going to be a very similar process to what happened when we were doing the adding the domain. So you see it says, comes up, and I'm going to click on continue. So it's going to basically go ahead and figure out where our domain is sitting. And it's going to do the exact same thing. It's going to show us a bunch of code and it says, hey, authorize lead connector, which is a high-level application to be able to make changes on your behalf on your domain provider. So this is what's going to happen. It's going to find out that it's on Cloudflare. I'm just going to say authorize. And as you can see, there is going to be a lot of things that needs to be updated. So that's why I'm saying it's much easier if you have your domain in here. So you just click on authorize and it goes ahead and automatically do that. Now the thing with this, so far, the way that they have it, it's a little bit buggy. So to get it verified, you have to do a lot of back and forth. I'm going to show you in a sec. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on verified domain. And as you can see, 2 of them got verified and it's still not verified. So you go back and then you click on verify now. And now you got 3 of them. I'm going to click on this again. Now you get a bunch more. As you can see, everything is verified because this one is optional, but it's still not showing verified. That's a bug. So we've got to go back. You're going to click on this again. Still everything is verified. I'm going to click on this again and see what happens. Still says not verified. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to click again. It's just kind of like a connection or UI bug that they have, I believe. But there you go. See, nothing changed and it suddenly says everything is verified. Now, for those of you that are a little bit concerned about like your deliverability and those kind of things, I would suggest to go back to verified domain and add the last record as well. I'm not going to do this in this video because this is for beginners, but if you want to and if you know what DMARC is, go ahead and add this. We have a whole course on email marketing and best practices in our advanced courses, so I'm not going to do this in here. So that's that. It is verified. Let's go back to domains now. As you can see, it keeps getting out of verification. It's just the UI issue with them. There you go. It comes back. But anyway, now we have this email that is set up. Now what you need to do is setting up your header. So you see it's the default headers, and it says that this designated header will be applied to all emails sending through this domain. So click on this. I'm going to click on set headers. So this is basically going to be your from name and from email when you send email from high level. So I usually put my own name and then I say siavash at, and now you can actually mask this subdomain if you want to. So instead of having like mg.getmedimadeai.xyz, instead of that, what you can do, you can mask it and have just coming out of your subdomain, coming out of your main domain. I would suggest to test it both way and see how your deliverability is. I usually just leave it as it is or mask it because sometimes Google plays up and say, hey, this sender is coming from actually a subdomain, but trying to say that they're coming from somewhere else. So sometimes it does that and put a yellow or red banner on top of your email, which doesn't look nice. But yeah, I usually do it, keep it as it is and just click on save. So what this does is basically it allows you to have those name and email already be set up when you sending emails inside your workflows and automation. The domain configuration, I'm not going to talk about it. This is a little bit more advanced on basically what you can do in here. This is extremely helpful for those of you that want to send a little bit more volume email, which we're going to talk about in our advanced email marketing one course that we have on how to actually send 500, 600, 700, up to 1,000 emails per day from your Go High level. And then the next thing would be, once that is set up, we're going to go back. By the way, you don't need to do dedicated IP. That's if you are doing this amount of volumes. I'm not going to talk about that. That's for more advanced email marketers. Let's go back to email services by itself. Now let's talk about these options. So if I click on reply and forward settings, so usually when someone sends an email to that address, it will come in your high level conversation section. So you're not getting it anywhere else. The only way to see that is going to be on your high level. However, if you have like a specific address, like an inbox, like a Gmail, Google Workspace or whatever, or Outlook, and you would like to get a copy of those emails that are coming to your high level, you can add a forwarding address in here. So you can go ahead and say, hey, every email that comes to that, send it to this address as well. And then you click outside. Oops, I needed to hit enter, sorry. hit enter, and there you go. You can have as much as you want. I wouldn't add BCC because what it's going to do is basically every email that it goes out from high level, you will get CC in that as well. So you can think of like if it ramps up, your inbox is going to be filled up with emails. Uh, Reply address, I usually don't do anything in here because it's gonna mess up the conversation that we have if we play with these guys. The only thing that I usually change is like if I want to get a copy of my emails into my G Suite on my phone, I'll do that and you just hit save. And then the next thing is email analytics. This is going to be a global email analytics talking about like what is your sending reputation, delivery rate, open rate, click rate, sent, and those kind of things. And then inside the risk assessment is going to be once you start sending emails and importing contact, it will show you if the contacts that you have, they are high risk, which means that either most of their email addresses are fake, or they're gonna bounce, or they kind of role base and they might not gonna get open or go to junk. So it's gonna give you an assessment on how your emails and deliverability are performing. So that's pretty much it. That's how you can actually set up your dedicated domain IP for your email services, and all of your emails are gonna start working and getting sent out of this specific domain that you have provided. That was it. I hope you enjoyed this one. Once again, if you have any questions, anything, you know where to find us on our community page. If you're watching this on YouTube or on Udemy or somewhere else that is not on our high level, make sure that you scan that code so you get access to our community, which we do the update, conversation, and discussions there. And yeah, I see you there. Bye.